Hi, I'm Doug, and we're in COVID confinement, so we decided we'd experiment with making croissants from scratch. So, I scoured the internet, got a recipe I wrote down, got a video to help me, and we're going to start now. So just a few details. It's very complicated. It takes about 3 days, so it is Friday night in April 2020 at 8 p.m. and we're starting to make croissants, or I'm starting to make croissants for us now for our Sunday morning breakfast. So Friday night to Sunday morning. But the problem I have is that in the video, sorry, this is in French, the first step is to have a machine, which I don't have, and to do things like that. So I'm already struggling here because I can't do that because I don't have a fancy machine like that. So what I think I'm going to do instead is just mix all the ingredients together and sort of work on them with my hands. So first thing I'll stick in is all the dry ingredients. Flour, salt, sugar, yeast, and not really sure now what I should do, but I think I'm going to mix them up a little bit before I add the milk, which is the next ingredient. Okay, so it's all pretty well mixed up. Now I'm going to add the milk. Okay, since I don't have that really fancy machine, I think I'm just going to use a spoon initially to stir it up a little bit, and then I'll take over with my hands. So I'm mixing the ingredients with a spoon. It doesn't really look a lot like it did on the video, but I think I'm okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some flour on the countertop. Let's just get all this stuff out. It's not really, I don't know if I mixed it enough, to be honest, but okay, so we're going to put this away as well. Now I'm going to start working on this. This is the tricky part. I've never done this before, but I do understand I'm supposed to be kneading the dough. It's still kind of mealy, but it's getting there. So the kneading is going pretty well. It's actually a lot of work, but it's getting there. It almost looks like what it's supposed to look like from the video. So in just a few minutes, I'm gonna stop for the day and put this in the fridge. Okay, so now I've wrapped it in film. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. And now I'm all set until tomorrow. Hello again. It's Saturday night now, around 6 p.m., and we're going to continue making croissants. This is day 2 of this adventure, and the first thing we're going to do tonight is prepare the butter. So we need 220 grams of butter. I've used very high quality butter. So I'm going to cut the butter, let's see, like this, in 3 slabs. Each about 1 centimeter thick. There's one, and then there's actually this one. These are thinner, which isn't too good, but that's the way it is. Okay, so now we have 3 slabs. Now one of the slabs I'm going to cut in half like this. I positioned the butter on the wax paper, and now I'm going to fold over the wax paper so I can create a square that's about 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. So, yeah, it's going to be just a little bit wider than the width of the butter. I'm trying to obtain. And what we're going to do now is work the butter. We're going to work the butter with the rolling pin. So we're just going to kind of pound, maybe roll it a little bit as well. And I'm not sure it's that important to be exactly the right size, but Anyway, I think that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this back in the fridge, and then we're going to start working on the pastry dough. Okay, so I've taken the croissant dough out of the fridge where we put it last night, and now I'm going to flour first my work area. Okay. Now I'm going to take the dough out of the plastic. Okay, so not exactly sure how to do this. I think I'm going to maybe spread it a little bit with my hands first. Get a little flour in my hands, and then I'm going to use the rolling pin. So because we need to roll this out a little bit, Okay, so I've rolled out the dough so it's really flat and kind of roundish, about 28 centimeters in each direction. And I placed the butter, which I took out of the fridge, on the dough. And now I'm going to pull up the dough from each side and cover the butter. So it should be hopefully completely covered, but I'm not getting it. Okay, so there we are. So now what I'm going to do is start working on this. First I'm just going to pound it a little bit so it sticks to the butter. Start.
Yep.
Okay, so with the rolling pin I'm just spreading the dough out, trying to keep more or less a sort of rectangular oblong shape. And in just a moment I'm going to stop and I'm going to do a fold, and then I'll put it in the fridge, and then I'm going to wait for a while. And I'm just not quite sure how long I'm supposed to do this, but let's see. So now what I'm going to do is fold it over like this, like a letter, and then like this, okay? I'm just going to push it a little bit, and now I'm going to cover it with plastic and put it in the fridge, and then I'll work on it some more in about a half an hour. Okay, so I've taken the dough out of the fridge, where it had been sitting for about 30 minutes, put it on the floured countertop, and now I'm going to do the same thing I did before, kind of pound it to get it together, push it, and then I'm going to start spreading it. Okay, so I've spread it out, so it's nice and square and oblong, and now I'm going to fold it again, kind of like a letter. And I'm going to push it, I'm just going to push it to kind of bind it. Okay, and now I'm going to put it in the fridge again for 30 minutes, and then I'll do this once more, and I'll leave it overnight. Okay, so it's 8:15 in the morning on Sunday. The idea is to have fresh croissants for breakfast at around 10 o'clock. So here's the croissant dough that was in the refrigerator all night. So I'm going to lay it out here and start rolling it. So the idea is to roll it into a thin oblong layer about 3 millimeters in thickness. And once that's done, I'm going to cut in triangles and we'll actually roll the croissants. Okay, so now I've rolled it out. It's still a little thicker than I think it should be, but the problem is it's starting to tear. So I think I'm going to see if I can't make the croissants using this thickness. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off the ends that I guess we're going to waste. This, and then I'm going to do one test croissant to see if I can work it. So I'm going to cut it a triangle like this. I don't know if that's perfect, but I'm just going to test this because I have no idea. And in the video, they said to put a little bit of water on it. I don't really know why, so let's do that. And now, of course, the idea, and then to make a cut like this to make it easier to roll. So now we're going to maybe stretch this a little bit because it actually is still probably too thick. So now we're going to roll it up, stretch this, and we have our first croissant. So as you can see, I've cut the croissant dough into little triangles, and now I'm going to roll up each triangle into a croissant. I'll put the croissants on a tray, and I'll find a warm spot in the kitchen to let them rise for about an hour before cooking them. Okay, so the croissants were sitting for about an hour, and you can see they've really increased in volume. Okay, so I've beaten one egg, and I'm going to put an egg glaze on 3 of them, and 3 of them without, just to do an experiment. So the egg glaze gives it a shiny golden look, supposedly. So okay, that's probably a waste of the egg since the rest is to be thrown away. And now I'm going to put it in the oven for 180 degrees for about 15 minutes. Okay, so the croissants have been cooking for about 15 minutes, so I think they're done. I'm going to take them out now. So they look pretty good. You can see the ones on the left with the egg glaze are a little bit more golden. Except for one which was deformed, they all look good. And so we're going to eat them in a few minutes.
How are they? Good? Alrighty.
Delicious.
Great. Glad to hear it.